Hello students, welcome to Rangpur Online School. This is Bodlul Alam speaking in front of you. I would like to talk about a class, a very simple class about tech question for class 9-10. Tech question. It's a question. That means you are tie up with question. It's called tag question. The statement which is extend and at the end of the question there is a question, simple question. Tag you a question. It is called tag question. So tag question depends on 8 questions. You have to ask the 8 question of a statement. And suppose number 1, AV, is there any auxiliary verb or not? If the statement there is no auxiliary verb, then you should treat it without auxiliary verb, and is there any auxiliary verb, then you should treat like this way. Suppose it is a nice pen. Here is an auxiliary verb, but he likes flower. Here is no auxiliary verb. So, if any auxiliary verb, you should use this auxiliary verb here and solve the tag question. So, is, and as it is affirmative, you should turn into negative, isn't, and tag subject is it, isn't it. And here is no auxiliary verb. So if any statement without auxiliary verb and you should turn it in negative or interrogative, then you should use do verb. So do, does, or did. According to tense, here and he and person, you should use does, and as it is affirmative, you should make it negative, doesn't he. So it is the first question, if any auxiliary verb remain in the sentence or not. And next, it's affirmative or negative. Here is a statement about affirmative. He is right. So we should use the is there any auxiliary verb? Yeah, is the auxiliary verb is, and we should make it NT, isn't he. and here is a seldom, it's a form of negative. So we should make it we should not make it negative, so it remain negative. Here is no auxiliary verb, so we should use doesn't he. Number 3, we should ask the question to the statement, it is singular or plural. There are two statements. The man is poor, here is singular, so you should take the tag subject singular, and if there any plural, you should take the plural tag subject. Number 4, it is person or thing. Mother gives me a gift. Here, mother is a person. So, and here is another thing. The mother rose in her. The mother rose in her. So, here mother is a common noun, and with the, it is the abstract noun. It's turned into abstract noun. So, here mother is a person, but here mother is not person, here is mother is a thing, it is abstract thing. So here is no person. So for thing we should a thing and it is singular, so we should use the singular subject. As it is rose, is rice, rose, it is past form. So we should there is no auxiliary verb. We should use here do verb, and do verb in past tense did, and as it is affirmative, so we should make it negative, isn't, didn't, and it is not for she. It is abstract. It is abstract noun. So and singular, so it is it. The mother rose in her, didn't eat. It is not she, because it is not person, it is thing. So we should bear it in our mind that the statement, the subject is person or thing. We should find out it. Number 5, we should use the vital thing male or female. Male or female. The moon is visible in the sky. So here is, and another thing, the sun is bright. Here is two things, but one thing is male, and one thing is female. So moon is not male, it is female, because it had its brightness from the sun. So it is not, so she heard something, beard something, she takes something, reminds something. So all are reminding, all are taking something are female, like the boat, the sheep, like this. So the moon is visible, it is a female person, so isn't she. And here the sun always giving something to another, so it is the male person, so isn't he. And another vital thing is here, AC or PC. AC or PC. That means the subordinate clause or principal clause. We should check out. We should find out the statement, the principal clause or subordinate clause. Suppose It is true that he is happy. So, here is two clause. Here is two clauses. That one it is SC, subordinate clause. That means the dependent clause. So, and another here is independent clause. So, we should always take the tag subject and tag verb from the independent clause, not from subordinate clause. We should always use the tag subject and tag verb from independent clause, not from dependent clause. So, is here is and nt isn't he, not isn't it, because it is not principal clause, it is principal clause. We should always use the tag subject or tag verb from the principal clause. And the another thing is here, fundamental or optional. Fundamental or optional. Rupa is a girl and she got a prize. Here, fundamental Rupa is a girl, it is very fundamental, but the vital thing is here, she got a prize or not. It is the main fact. Rupa is a girl, there is no doubt, it is not factor, but here is a factor, she got a prize or not. So, we should use the tag subject and tag verb from the optional, not from fundamental. So, here she and got, she is our tag subject and got is our tag verb. So, here is no auxiliary verb, so we shouldn't use here auxiliary verb. So, we should use here do verb. Got is past tense, so did, and it is from negative didn't she, and the last one is that it is assertive or imperative. If their case in imperative, then the previous rules are not eligible here. So, we should the exception from assertive to imperative. Open the door. Here is imperative, so we should use will you. From imperative case, we always use shall we or will you. If any, here is subject silent you, here is subject silent you, so we should use you, and as it is you, we should use will you. And if any case is subject regarding the we, then we should use shall we. Suppose let's enjoy the film. So here is let us. So us, that means we, so we should use shall we. So my dear student, these are the main thing of tag question. There are many types of rules that we have to left, and we will discuss more later, but these are the main thing for tag question. We should revise the tag question, the rules of tag question. First, we have to follow if there are any auxiliary verb or not. If any auxiliary verb remains, then we should use this auxiliary verb, and if it is affirmative or negative, then it is affirmative, so we should use negative. And he likes flower, here is no auxiliary verb, so we should use do verb. If any statement remains without auxiliary verb, then we should use do verb, because without do verb we cannot make the statement negative or interrogative. So here is do verb. And here is another thing, the affirmative or negative. It is the vital thing. Some statements are very critical. We cannot find out, we cannot sure it is affirmative or negative. So we should bear it in our mind that it is affirmative or negative very carefully. He is right, it is affirmative, so we should make it negative. And he seldom visit me is seldom, little, few, these are the negative terms, so we should not make it so mistake here, one thing wrong here, does he, it is not doesn't. He seldom visit me, does he, so we should not make it negative. And second one here, it is person or thing. The man is poor, the singular or plural. The man is poor, so it is singular, and people are very poor, it is plural. So singular takes singular subject and plural takes plural subject. And it is person or thing, it is very important for us, because some statements are very critical. We cannot imagine, we cannot gauge that it is person or thing. It is like person, but it is not person. Here is the mother, here is not person, it is abstract noun. Mother is common noun. Before using the, it turns into the abstract noun. So it is not person. So it is, as it is thing, so we should use here the pronoun of against thing. Male or female, it is the another important thing. Some statements we cannot understand it is male or female. The moon, it is female, the sun, it is male. And it is more important to find out the subordinate clause and principal clause, as we cannot use as tag subject or tag verb from the subordinate clause. So we should use tag subject or tag verb from the principal clause. And another thing is here fundamental or optional. The Rupa is a girl, it is a fundamental, and she got a prize, it is optional. So we should use the tag subject and tag verb from the optional. And last one and final one, the assertive or imperative. Is there any statement assertive, then the previous rules will be adapt, but it is, if their statement is imperative, then we cannot use these. So only for will you and shall we. Thanks a lot. We will meet you soon.